Next, he tears off a strip of Scotch tape and rushes to his apartment door with the note in his hand. He opens the door a crack, hastily sticks the note under the peephole, quietly closes the door, and then takes a few steps back. What happens now is out of his hands. It could work, but it could also mean the end of his freedom. He holds his breath and listens intently into the hallway. Someone must have opened the front door for the police officers because he hears feet in heavy shoes coming up the stairs. Just outside his apartment door, the footsteps fall silent. The man holds his breath. He hears the two officers murmuring as they seem to read his note. Cautiously, he creeps to the door peephole and peers out, right into the eye of a police officer. He recoils, reflexively presses a hand over his mouth. Only with difficulty can he suppress an outcry. "No, Klaus, it says here that Postel is away for 2 weeks. Let's pass it on to the control center. What do you want to do?" a male voice asks. Then again, heavy footsteps trudging down the stairs. The man raises his eyebrows in disbelief. That he is intellectually superior to most people, he has long known, but the stupidity of others really does seem boundless. The morons didn't even bother to knock. They just believed his scribbled note. The genius hurriedly grabs a suitcase from his closet and throws in some clothes and the most necessary things for an escape. A glance through the door peephole confirms the coast is clear. After pulling the apartment door into the lock behind him, he turns back to his note. "Dear Peter, I'm with Suzanne. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Gert." He shakes his head and smiles triumphantly before leaving the apartment building at a busy pace with his packed belongings. He is no longer safe in Berlin, so the dapperly dressed, charming-looking man goes on the run. Gert Postel, the only child of a mechanic and a seamstress, was born in Bremen on June 18, 1958. Growing up in the tranquil village of Sturch, his relationship with his father is strained and loveless. On the other hand, his relationship with his mother is intimate. She is adored by her son, who admires her for striving for something higher, something she will never be able to achieve with her husband's small salary as a simple laborer. Postel finishes secondary school and then attends night school. He's unable to do anything with mathematics and numbers, but nevertheless, Gert makes it. He catches up on his secondary school leaving certificate. His career aspirations: policeman or customs officer. Unfortunately, his father is against this. He wants his son to work for the German Federal Post Office. Gert obeys his father, and by the end of the 1970s completes his training as a letter carrier. He performs impeccably, but is not happy as a letter carrier. Postel, like his mother, also feels called to become something higher, something he can never achieve with his current school education. It is as if the striving and failure of his beloved mother is being repeated in Gert's own life. In 1979, father and son discover their mother dead, hanging by a rope dangling over the bathtub. A shock, an unspeakable loss that young Gert will never overcome for the rest of his life. It is also the birth of his hatred for psychiatrists and doctors in general. Gert believes he knows why his mother, who suffered from depression, chose suicide. A doctor had prescribed her drugs to increase her drive, but not to relieve depression, thus giving her the physical strength to take her own life in the first place. Truly an unforgivable misjudgment of Ms. Postel's state of mind and the turning point in the letter carrier's life. Gert wants to belong to a better, more prestigious milieu.